Hmm. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I want to do the 3-minute ads really quick. Get that out of the way. Mm. All right, chat. Sorry about that. So I'm over on the YouTube channel right now. Turning it down a little bit. Pull up myself on Twitch. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that.
Crazy sounds in here.
Hold on.
Welcome to Arcade. With this plugin, you could make sounds that nobody else is making.
What? What is happening right now?
Ooh, feels more like an instrument than a sample library.
Being able to actually take your own stuff and bring it in and instantly have it be a vibe, that's pretty sweet.
This is already giving me ideas.
How long does this take?
Use this every day.
Check out Arcade and try it for yourself. It's really cool.
Oh shit, okay, yeah.
Was it really God's wish to kill Abraham's elder son?
Dude, why can't I... I just want to interact with this stupid thing and it's not showing up actually.
Faced many moral dilemmas through his life, but the binding of his own son Isaac was his biggest trial. For many centuries, the English interpretation of the Bible
Why is this doing
was
this?
missing its depth due to the lack of understanding of Jewish language, context.
There we go. Okay, I don't know why it's... There we go. I don't know why it did that. That was super weird. Okay, so I don't know if I'm still running an ad or not. Let's check. No, no more ads. Okay, so I have one viewer. That is me. Don't need that open anymore. We got that open. We got that open. Okay, and then we do want to, hold on, I want to edit the settings on this. I want to not shut down source when not visible. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. So now if I go to be right back, should keep playing. Nice. Be right back, chat. I'm back, everybody. I'm back. Okay, let's actually get to work now. Took forever to get set up, but we got it. Find that. So let's see. I need actually, where did that piece go? See, this is what you got to be careful about: is setting pieces down in odd spots. There. It's the one we're looking for, chat. Okay, I know this one's gonna go down here. Come on, glue. Really? Glue hasn't even been open that long. Oh, there it is. Yep, I see the little piece right there. Okay. Going to finally put the glue on this little guy. Okay, we're gonna set him into place, maybe. Come on, there. Okay. In chat, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, what I'm working on right here, this little corner. Yo, what's up, Madra? Okay, and then so we're gonna cut that. For cutting it right there, it is gonna have, it should have a right angle, but it should be okay to do it right there. I think that might be a little tall. It's okay. And then we're gonna cut to here. Actually, I might have cut it a little too soon. We're gonna cut there. I'm gonna see how it fits. Really? I think it'll fit right in there. Need a steeper slope on this. And shave off a little bit. It's still like that. Okay, hold on 1 second. There we go. Gotta cut off just a tiny little bit. Check the fit. Yeah, looks good. That's okay. Yep, yep, we'll run with it. Okay. Let's see. Next thing we're gonna go for is this piece. Something in here. So if we're gonna do that, we need, let's go ahead and cut out just a big chunk here and we'll just kind of shave something down. We'll make something fit. Ooh, okay. So we want something along these lines. Let's snip that. Is that the right angle that we want? No, it needs to be a little less steep of an angle, so we'll cut some of that back. Okay, that angle doesn't look bad, but it's also got a little bit of a downward and then upward to it, so I'm going to cut. Let me just kind of mark the point here that we're going to go up a little bit. So we want something more like from right here, we want it to go. Right here, we want it to run kind of more diagonally that way, and this one a little more diagonally that way. So that way we've got our 2 points where we cross. Find those 2 points again, and we're going to snip them off right there. And then right here's another one. Okay, so now a nice little fit. Perfect. Let's actually bring it back. It's not a perfect fit actually. So let's cut this. So this is okay. This looks good. This looks good, but we're gonna actually cut more along that. So we're gonna come back this side here a little bit and cut to that same corner. Give it a little bit longer of a tail end, so it's a little bit closer to the center, just like that. Perfect. Okay, and glue this one down. Maybe if I can hold on to it. Oh, that's not the right angle. Oops. Okay, look at that. Beautiful work. Out just a little tiny bit. Perfect. Okay. Get all these little pieces out of here. Everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Try and pick up my pieces while I go so I don't have a huge mess to clean up when I'm done. Oh, let's see. So if we want to do this, we have to do something kind of like here. I'd like to do like a triangle more, so a triangle here would be nice. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't know if that's actually the right. I might be able to pull it off if I go like this, maybe. Okay. That might not be big enough. The base is what I need to be big enough here. The base along the sides. Okay, got that undone. There it is. That was the extra little bit keeping it held up there. That's actually not bad. We might have to, so what we're gonna do is snip the corner off of this and just make it a flat edge. Oop. And so then needs to actually go at more of an angle. Okay. Like that, and then what we're gonna do is check the fit on that. Can take just a smidge off this long edge, make sure it's evenly cut across the entire thing. Okay, I think that looks good. Perfect, perfect. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Let's do... Probably need to figure this a little bit out. What I might do here is do a single piece to try and kind of realign back to where I'm at here to a flat edge. And so that way we've got another giant piece we can put in here. Or I could even do like a bigger piece to here. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's do that. Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Make sure I got the angles right here. So we're going to that angle, which means we're going to come straight down this way. Not by much. And then we're going to... So actually we're going to look at that as if it's straight. It's actually going to go back up just a little bit. We're going to actually just cross it right here, I think. So we're going to start it at. We know this is going to be angled back this way a little bit. Oops, not that far, not that far, come on. Okay. Quite a bit more actually. Right there. Somewhere in that area. Let's just go ahead and cut that so it stops flaking apart on me. Okay. And then need to come down that way. Come up that way. Oh, see, now this is where it's getting tricky here. Yep, so what we're going to do is do this, do something along these lines. If I can actually, hit my mark here. Okay, so now it should come out. Let's just see where we're sitting at here. I may have cut this totally wrong. So we want something like that. Yeah, I cut it totally wrong, didn't I? So let's do, instead of this being here, can I put it somewhere else? Like over here? Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. We just need to make this edge a little more, a little tighter angle. Yep, that looks good. I like that. Ah, shoot, but it has that giant gash in it. Here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to snip that part off. And just leave that off entirely because I don't want that giant gash sitting on the edge. So it might look a little funnier now, but I'm okay with it. We can run with it and make it work. Super simple. Super simple. You know, I guess I could actually plug this in. Somewhere right here. Look. What is this? It's actually not bad. We'll keep it like that. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Don't mind my clearing my throat and coughing and everything. Still getting over a little bit of a sore throat or whatever you want to call it. We can use this piece right there for something. Trying not to be wasteful is a big part of this. So like this can go somewhere. I don't know where, but we're gonna find a spot. No, not there. That wouldn't be a bad spot for it, actually. I like that. Yep, we're gonna do that. I like that. We will stick it there. And actually, what I think I want to do now, instead of the giant piece that we were going to do from here across, I think I want something a little bit more, let me think of how I want this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like super far off there. There we go. It's a little bit better. There, that's a little bit better. It's not whitewashing me anymore. You guys just get to see the microphone in my face a little bit. That's a little bit better. I'll take that. So let's do this long edge. And we're actually going to see if we can just shape something out here. Whoa. It gets really hard to do this after a little bit. Get this out of here. It's actually kind of messing some stuff up. So if I want that to go there, we're going to need it to go... I could put it here. We could just have two different size pieces go in the middle here. That would kind of force it to be a little funny looking, but I don't mind it. I've also got this little piece over here that I could probably use, but it's okay. We'll skip it. We'll skip it for now. I don't know if I like that there. So I could do... Actually, no. Let's do my original idea. Let's not get too crazy with it. And instead of doing that, let's just snip. It'd be like... We need to snip like here. To get that angle correct. We need it to be a little further that way because it's just a shorter angle. Okay, now that should fit right into there, and then we need that to just be a slightly higher angle is all. Yep. Maybe a little higher. Let me kind of adjust here and see where I'm at. Yeah, so just a slightly higher angle. So just a little bit more off the edge there. Let's see if I can do it without messing up too much. Maybe I need to do it even more. That's kind of crazy how much I needed to adjust that direction. It doesn't feel like it's that steep, but I guess it is. That looks better. Yeah, I guess it was just that much of an adjustment there. And then this we're actually going to snip off a little bit, just to give us a little more room to work in here. We're going to cut it at just a slight angle to remove just a touch of that excess. So it fits and aligns, kind of more with a square body for the next piece, if that makes sense. Yeah, so kind of a square body here that we can do here to this corner to here. It'll be more like one of, kind of similar to that piece or this piece. Okay, and then we'll bring this in just a little bit. Gotta make sure we leave enough room to make the nice big bold line in here for a kind of a differentiation point. I almost wonder if we can bring this a little bit lower. Let's do that, just to make sure it stays. Hold on 1 second, chat. You're going for a ride. So it's a little bit easier to kind of see what we're doing at a closer angle. Actually, can this... There's got to be a really low point, right? Right there's the really low point. That's what we want. Something similar to... Whoa, chat. Told you you're going for a ride. No, that's not what I want. It's slowly going down. Yeah, that's a little too much. Sorry, chat. I shouldn't have even messed with it. Shouldn't have even touched it. Okay. I don't know why it's doing this, but we're just gonna send it back. Jesus Christ. What is happening? Don't worry, guys. We'll get you back on here in a second. Oh, let's see. Look in there, maybe. Why the fuck is it doing this, dude? It's like it just wants to angle down so far. Which is not what I want, but I will take it, I guess. It's kind of working. There. It's a little bit better. And then, I don't really know. I wish it wouldn't go down so far like that. Let me adjust the height on the second one. Sorry, Chad. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous, huh? That was ridiculous, wasn't it? Let's see if we can't correct this a little bit. Stop turning. That's a little better. You know what? I give up on that. We're not gonna do that. It's just really annoying, actually. Just put it back up in a normal spot. What's up, chat? Yeah, we'll do that. That probably will work a little bit better. Why are we going down? It's as far down as you can go. There. Stay where I put you, chat. Let's, I guess angle this a little bit better that way so it's standing more upright. Angle it that way. Okay. Oh my god. What an awful setup I've got going on here. But we're going to power through it. I'm going to adjust later. So we need a little square. So that's what we're going to do. A little square, but we're going to do something similar to like this, and then we're gonna have kind of a slight angle, and it's gonna kind of mimic that. So at the bottom here, which would actually be, oh shit, how did I do this? Like here, it's gonna be kind of an, if it's at an angle like that, it's still gonna be a straight across, up just a little bit. Up just a little bit there, cross through that point, same through here. Just don't want to make sure I get over into that too much. And then this, we're gonna need to get a little closer to that point, probably the same here, make sure it's all cut out. Okay. Okay, so it's too big. That's fine. What part is too big? So I can stand to lose a little off the bottom. So let's cut that. Is it too fat as well? It is just a little too fat. Snip a little off there. So we can stand to lose a little. Let's check our angles here. So our angle for that. Oh, I might have messed it up. Okay, so let's fix it. We can go. This needs to go more to this corner. So let's fix that first. So we need a wider angle cut from that. Okay. Then we're going to also do. So if I want this to line up properly with that, I need this to be a straighter angle up. So we're going to lose just a little off the edge here, but go down to this point like that. That looks a little better. Honestly, we might just run with that. That's close enough on this point right here where it's, even though the gap is filling up just a little bit right here, it kind of gives it that homemade touch and not fully roboticized, automated feeling. That's kind of what we're going for as well. You know, we don't want it to feel like it's been made in a factory. We want that homemade, slightly off touch. There, just like that. Press down a little bit. Perfect. Chat, what are we thinking? Good? Bad? Ooh. Actual art. What's up, magnificent cock? How you doing, brother? Hope your day's going well. Okay, so I'm gonna keep filling this side. We have to slowly kind of go up and into the corner because I learned from my first attempt at this that if you kind of build like a circle and then fill it in, you get really, 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 really weird shapes. Like they're just jagged little points, kind of. It just gets really awkward whenever you get in there. On vacation, so it could be way worse. Hey, dude, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Where are you at right now? For an angle there, we're gonna cut. So if it's going that way, we need kind of a downward angle here. Now that you're here, you're intrigued. In Spain, okay. Well, I guess, are you from the States? I guess I never really questioned that. You have an American accent, right? I played with you before. Do you have an American accent? Heading to Portugal tomorrow. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Whoa, it looks like I'm wearing lipstick. What is going on with that? Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're Canadian. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. You don't actually have as much of a Canadian accent then that I would expect. I don't know why, but in my head, I guess every Canadian is moose, hockey, maple syrup Canadian, you know what I mean? But I totally get that wrong. I did totally get that edge wrong. Whoops. I might have snipped that a little short there. Let's see how that looks. It's manageable. It's manageable. I think we can handle that. So, I mean, we just have to have a kind of a point here. I think we can make that work. We're gonna run with it. Because I hate wasting pieces. And we're going to kind of spread some down to the edge here. Because the edges have been coming up recently, and I don't like that. Okay. Close that gap just a little bit. I don't like it getting too big. Most of us don't really have an accent, but if you hit the East Coast, even I barely know what the fuck they're saying. Oh, took a trip down to the Moose Rink, down to the hockey syrup Maple Stadium, eh? That kind of thing. I had a buddy from Canada who, I mean, he did have a little bit of an accent. It wasn't crazy. What am I working on? So this is Garchomp. It's a Pokemon, a very popular Pokemon. And so I actually did a piece like this once earlier. And it was kind of a test run. It is my personal one that I, made for myself. I have it hanging on my wall. I'll pull it down here in a second. But I've seen people take these energy cards that you use for the TCG and cut them up into various shapes and whatnot. And so they make these giant, what do you want to call them? Collages. I'm not an art person. This is just something that I started doing. So I'm not too up to date on the terminology. But I was like, well, I don't want to do the exact same thing they're doing. So I started kind of doing a stained glass portrait version of that same thing. And so this is what it, not this specific one, but what one completed looks like. And this is Entei. He's my favorite Pokemon. And so this way, it's basically repurposing the cards. because I am a big TCG collector for Pokemon. So I have all these cards. I mean, just tons of them. Hundreds of thousands of cards, probably, of these energy cards. And I thought that, Mosaic, yes, thank you, that's the correct word. I just don't know what to do with these cards, and nobody wants them. They're not worth anything. So I thought, well, if other people are making art out of this, I'm going to make art out of this, and I'm going to sell this art on these Facebook groups that I'm in, try and make some money off of it, which can fund my TCG hobby, and then also maybe just a little extra money on the side. Plus, it's really fun. I actually have really gotten into it recently with this Pokemon. It's been really fun making this one. And it's the first one I've done full canvas, so we'll see how it turns out once it's done. Yes, absolutely. Good way to get some use out of them, because otherwise they're basically garbage. They're used for the game, but whenever you buy what's called like an Elite Trainer box, it comes with a pack of like 50 energy cards of various typings. So there's, you know, multiple colors and whatnot. All these different colors are in the TCG. So there's a lot of them. You can actually, here, I'll show you. This is what you would get. Packs of them. And I mean, I have, this is just a small stack of what I have. I mean, it's probably thousands of cards that I have, energy cards, and I thought, well, I'll utilize these in some other way. And so I have been, and this is kind of my project. And I figured I'd stream it while I'm doing it, because if nothing else, someone might be interested in watching it. So here we are. Let's do, okay, and then bring this down. Didn't quite make that corner. Caught your attention. Well, I'm glad it caught somebody's attention. I decided to go with this Pokemon too because he's a very popular Pokemon in general. Like, people really seem to like him. So, it's one that I think, you know, once I'm done with it, it would sell easily. It would be popular whenever I post it on the Facebook groups, that kind of thing. I chose it for a purpose, but also he's just a really cool Pokemon. I mean, he's a giant shark, bipedal shark thing. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. The hardest part is just finding out where you want to put certain pieces. So, like, this one would go good right there, I think. But it leaves me an awkward little short angle here, but I could probably put some sort of triangle in there. We're going to do that there. Trying to vary the sizes is one of the struggles that I've had, because, like, as you can see kind of up here, these sizes get a little bit bigger than what you see kind of down in this area and down along here. And I did it in the sake of saving time, but once I did it, I thought, oh my gosh, that looks horrible. I like having a wider variety of shapes and sizes, so I've kind of gone back to doing smaller pieces, but not quite as small as what I had in my original template one, because that was way too small. That first one I showed you took me probably 50 hours to finish, and this one I've got maybe 25 in. So, I mean, it might end up coming about the same time span, but this one's also much larger than the other one is. Try and see if maybe there's a better angle to put this in at, although I think it's about the same. Yeah, it looks like it's about the same either way. Okay. Actually, no, it's not the same. This one's just a little bit shorter on this edge, and we're going to stick it with that. Okay. So we'll need honestly, that's not even a bad shape right there already. So we're gonna stick this one up all the way here and come down. And then we'll just kind of come down and across here. Okay. Come on. Yeah, that's not really straight. Let's see where we're sitting here. That's obviously way too big. Let's cut out a good chunk of this and just see where we're at. Okay, we can make this a little straighter. Okay, this can be a little higher of an angle, it looks like. It's getting closer there, okay. And then we need more of a flat angle across the bottom, it looks like. So, instead of this kind of crooked angle, that's good. Which direction was it not? Let's see. Let's put it back in here and check again. So we need to cut off the long edge. We need to cut off just a little bit more from that edge of it. Okay. Then it should fit perfectly. Alright, nice. Okay. The only thing I wish I could fix is that my camera will not focus on this for some reason. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's too far away. Let me see if I can find it here, wherever my art cam is. Let's see. Oh, I mean that. It's kind of, I mean, it's a much sharper, what I'm looking at is much sharper than what you're getting, so like if I bring it closer, it'll sharpen up a little bit. It's like, that's kind of how I'm wanting it to look. It's more like that. Well, maybe, I don't know, it's kind of having a hard time. There. But either way, I mean, it's not terrible. I'm probably not even going to mess with it. It's not worth sitting here for another 20 minutes and trying to focus on that, whereas I could just be working on the actual art piece. Let's see. I want to do down here now. We're going to have a weird piece, and I think we need to make it kind of a bigger one, so we might come across... Yeah, maybe this. It's going to have to be kind of a jumbo piece. Maybe not. Let's do like here to there. Yeah, I like that, but we're going to need a new card. Oh, where's our cards at? Here we go. Fresh card. Leave it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's not worth my time to mess with. I'd rather just work on this and get this done. Oh, let's cut here. So what are you doing over in Spain right now? Other than just vacationing. So we need quite a bit. Right there's okay. So if we did that, we're going to come down. Up just a little bit maybe? I'm not entirely sure there. I might have misjudged that. I might have misjudged it. At this very moment, what are you doing? Watching me right now, I guess. Ah, shoot. I messed that piece all up. Okay. Let's recover. Let's recover. We're going to recover by doing a little bit of snipping. 1:30 a.m. I guess that makes sense. Holy crap. I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that. Yeah, you're totally different time zone right now. Didn't even cross my mind. Okay, so we want that, but we can come at a bit of a tighter angle here, I think. Actually, I don't like that there because it's going to leave us a weird spot there. So, what happens if I put it here? We can do that, and that would actually leave us a nice little odd shape that I kind of like. So let's do that. Let's snip this right here. Spent the last week wandering around exploring the city. Where are you at in Spain? What city are you at? Without completely doxing your location on stream, obviously. I don't need your address and everything. Oh. Seville. How big is, I mean, like, I know they always compare the sizes of the states to places in Europe, but I wonder how big Spain actually is to somewhere in the states in a comparison. I feel like I remember it being the size of, like, somewhere around the size of Texas, maybe. Southern Spain, okay. Yeah, I feel like I remember it being somewhere around the size of Texas, probably, is what I feel like I've heard anyways. I don't know if that's true or not, but... We're going to go with this, actually. Just a little more there. Spain is not very big. I know my parents went to Europe several years ago, and they told me... Well, whenever they told me what they did, it just kind of caught me by surprise because they told me that they went to Germany, I think, and from Germany they were able to drive all the way to Italy over the course of like 2.5, 3 days. That's stopping along the way and everything because it's such a small continent, and that doesn't register to me because I'm from Missouri, and a lot of like driving across our entire state takes 6 hours. So actually it probably takes like maybe, let me see, so we're from 3 hours from there, 2 hours from that's, yeah, it's probably about 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours to get across the entire state. In that same amount of time, they went through like 2 full countries in Europe. So it's just kind of wild, the difference in size. So Texas is comparable. Okay, I thought I had heard that at one point, or maybe seen a map somewhere that showed the size comparison. Just blows my mind. We can take just a smidge more off that left side. Yeah, you guys got some giant areas up there in Canada. I don't even know what you call, what do you call your, you don't have states in Canada, you have what are they, territories? I don't know what you'd call them up there. I'm unfortunately not well versed in geography. We're actually going to cut this just to give ourselves kind of an interesting little... Right there. That's kind of what we want to do. Did I make that line there? I did. Okay. Perfect. I don't know what it would be called in Spain. I'm assuming territories. I really don't know why we call them states here. I don't know the etymology behind it all. Yo, what's up, Rad? Yes, this is very different. This is more of a chill stream for old Rolfie boy. Ontario specifically, if I start driving from the eastern part of Ontario toward the west, it will... Oh my god! Province. Provinces and territories. Okay. What's the difference between a province and a territory? Is there a province within a territory? I'm assuming is like each territory broken up into provinces. 15 hours though. That is wild, dude. That is wild. So do you guys, Midwesterners out here in the United States, so that's people that fall kind of in the Midwestern category, I guess. It's like, Missouri, Iowa, Kentucky, Nebraska, Kansas, that general middle section of the United States. We are very prone to traveling long distances, and people do not... No, I'd have to look it up. It's simply, they're all provinces. All provinces until you get the north. Okay. But anyways, we are very prone to just driving long distances. Anything within like 12 miles, 12 hours. 12 hours of driving we consider drivable. And I wonder if that's the same for you guys up there. Because I guess it really depends on the disbursement of airports. We have some local airports here and there, but most people tend to want to go to international hubs. So they'll drive the 2-3 hours away and then fly the rest of the way. And I don't really care to fly. I would rather just drive. I like sightseeing while I'm on the road. That's always fun to me. So I'm a sightseer. I would rather drive. I'm a driver. Giving out hugs. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I forgot I could do that. Let me see if I actually make it work. Oh, it does. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot I did that. Oh my gosh, I can keep doing it. I need to set up a counter so I can actually see how many times people have been hugged. See if my shout out still works. Enjoy driving. You can't drive to Europe. You cannot drive to Europe. You are correct. Can't be driving to Europe right now. Or anytime. I mean, unless you get one of those boat cars. You could. You could, in theory, drive to Europe. You get an amphibious vehicle. Whatever those are called. Remember they used them in World War II or whatever? Never say never. Cut right here. Okay, now this is going to be a tricky piece. So we need it to kind of go... goodness. So let's angle it just a little bit more to reflect that edge that I'm kind of wanting it to be on there, and we do want it to kind of go down, and we want it to kind of cross this way just a little bit, and we want it to cross this way just a little bit. Ooh, I might have cut that weird, guys. We'll find out what if I did that wrong. I've driven so much now, I think I'm going to take a break. Where you been driving? Yeah, like, are you driving right now? Put your phone down. Just made so many trips. Okay, so like you just talking about trips in general. Yeah, I messed that up, didn't I? It's okay though. As Bob Ross would say, it's just a happy little accident. So let's cut an edge there. Actually, can we just do something like that? Look how perfect that fits. Oh, perfect. I'll take it. Rad's just a weary traveler. Flying from now on. See, I don't like flying. Maybe it's that I like driving so much. Maybe it's that you know, I have a horrible fear of heights and flying. I don't know, I just can't do it. I have struggled so bad with flying in the past. Like, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hour flights aren't bad for me. I will do an hour and a half to 2 hour flights. But beyond that, I do get a little nervous, and I end up, like, basically I try and take some Dramamine so that I pass out, because I cannot fly for long periods of time. I couldn't fly to Europe. I would just be a nervous wreck. So, I mean, I guess not. It depends. It depends on where you're going, Mohawk. You can get some cheap airlines. We have stuff like Spirit, which I think is, you guys probably have that as well. Spirit is very cheap here, but also it's not known for being great quality. So I don't know. I've flown Spirit several times. I've flown Spirit to I think I went to Hawaii on Spirit Airlines, and I mean it was a good flight, but that was the longest flight I've ever had, and that was rough. It's probably honestly comparable to going to Europe, honestly. Went to see Aldrin 2 times in less than 12 months, and that is 25 hours away. Where is Aldrin at? Yeah, I think to Hawaii we probably were on a grand total of 13 hours. I want to say, so we went from Missouri, from Kansas City, to, where did we land? Phoenix, Arizona, which was like a 3.5 to 4 hour flight. So from that point, we went from there direct to Hawaii. We went to Kauai, which is the furthest away island in the chain of islands. And I want to say that was like another 8-9 hours of flying. Oh, you drove to Nevada. Okay. Dude, I was like, flying to Nevada is not 25 hours, Rad. that number's not right, brother. I was concerned. I was concerned for a second. Fly larger and more comfortable airlines when flying to Europe, but once here, Ryanair is super cheap for shorter flights. Ryanair, I've not heard of that before. That's a new one I've not heard of. Okay, so we're gonna do a weird shape here, and I don't even know how to start it. So I hate doing this. It's my least favorite part of the whole thing, but we're just gonna actually cut a big square out, and that's what we're gonna do. Cut a big old square. And then we're going to trim it down. Slowly but surely. We're going to trim it down. Cut a little off this corner. It just takes a little bit of extra time, a little extra effort to get it the right angles. Okay, and then we want kind of an angle from here. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. Ooh, I messed that up though. Let's cut just a little off here maybe. I might have messed up the angles a little bit. This is the tough part, man. It gets so hard to get these angles proper. So we want that. Let's see what I'm dealing with here. So, okay, so we can actually cut just a smidge more off that. Let's go ahead and cut this corner, because we know it's going to be needed anyways. An Irish airline can often get tickets for under $200 for just about anywhere in Europe. That's actually really good. I want to say, so Spirit is probably in like the 150 to 200 range for most flights. But again, you're going to be getting some very small aircraft. So if you're not comfortable on small planes, there's a chance that's what you're going to get. You may also end up getting a lot of connecting flights too with Spirit. It's a little bit cheaper, but you're going to end up going through a lot more airports, which is, you know, kind of a, part of the downside of doing it. But if you're willing to just settle through that, then it's not really that bad, actually. Still pretty big planes. Yeah, that's my only problem is I know whenever we went on our honeymoon, whenever me and my wife went on our honeymoon, we had to fly, I think we flew Spirit, and they had some planes that were a little questionable. We actually had one where we had to walk across the tarmac. We couldn't actually board the plane through a tunnel gate. We had to go out of the gate, down some stairs, walk across the tarmac, and get up into the plane via the stair access that drops down off of the plane. Compare them to the yellow school bus of the sky. I like it. This is so tough to get this piece down, dude. I just am struggling so hard with this. So that, I might cut just a little bit here. Let's get it as much into place as possible. So we want that. Just like that. We want to cut this right here more. Right about there. We actually want to cut just a little off that too. So not much, but just enough to cut, and then we're just going to kind of go with the extra little bit. You do that a lot with Ryanair. Okay. Yeah, Spirit must be the Irish equivalent of Ryanair. Okay, perfect. Now let's see where we're sitting here. Told you it's going to be kind of an awkward little piece, but I'm okay with it being a little awkward, just not too much. That doesn't look bad, actually. Yeah, I think we can handle that. I can adjust that once we get it in there. Crazy cutting all these pieces, but I like it. Yes, it's only energy cards, except I do have this card, which is a holofoil Cosmos card. So I actually took some acetone, well, nail polish remover, and it's one of these cards that has that same pattern, and you can just take acetone and this whole thing wipes away to leave just the actual foil pattern. So what I did with that was I wanted his eye to be that Cosmos hollow pattern, so you can kind of see it there. So that's how I did that. I was forced to drive basically, but now I'm going to enjoy traveling and not driving. I enjoy driving. I like seeing the weird places, the weird things out in the world. Make sure I still got my... Let's see, that's the correct angle right there. I just gotta make sure I get it in correctly. Okay. Adjust, adjust, adjust. Perfect. I think it looks good. I like that. What's nice is, so like, I see it here, but I don't really see like an unfocused version. And so it's nice that I can look at my screen over here where I've got you guys set up to view everything. And I can see kind of an unfocused version, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that does look good, actually. Like seeing the world below from a plane, but my preferred means is by train. I've never actually rode a train before. We actually have one here in Missouri that runs the entire length of the state. Well, not length, I guess, but width of the state from Kansas City to St. Louis. You can ride it. You can go in a full day. I forget how long the hours are if you do take the train. It's actually shorter than driving because it's a straight line. I think it's something like a 5 hour, 6 hour. No, well, it's probably 4.5 to 5 hours from Kansas City to St. Louis, whereas driving it would be about 6. I've actually wanted to do that before, take the train from mid-Missouri into Kansas City or whatever. Right, that's the one thing that I do enjoy is that I think I would really like a train because I am kind of like a control person. So if I'm going on a long road trip, I like to drive because I got to know that I'm in control. If something happens, it's my fault. I want it to be that way. But flying, I'm not in control. We are 30,000 feet in the air, and that just terrifies me. But trains, we're on the ground, and while I'm not in control, there is a literal rail. And yes, trains can derail, but like it is probably pretty hard to derail a train, honestly. So I feel a little bit safer. But it got stuck the day we were supposed to ride. Oh no. I need to check and see. We might be coming up on... No, did we already have an ad, actually? Yep, we did. Oops, okay. Totally missed that. Sitting back on the train, enjoying a beer and just looking out the window. That does sound nice. Didn't know I was a cat. I'm a cat? What's going on with that? I don't know I'm a cat. Who says I'm a cat? Am I a cat? Meow. I might be. So this one we're going to do a giant piece right here. That's what we're going to do with that. I like that idea. So to get that giant piece, we're going to go right here. Jesus Christ. You guys hear these giant trucks going past our house? Explain, Rad. Yeah, explain. I don't understand. How am I a cat? I didn't get that memo. Okay, and then we want more of an angle here. You pussy, bro. Alright. Whoa, Rad. Alright, brother. Them's fighting words. It's time to go. Let's fight now. Okay. No, I don't like flying. I'll say it a billion times. I don't fly. I ain't no flyer. I like to say I'm not some country boy, but deep down inside, I'm a little bit of a country hick with a fear of flying. You know what I mean? Drove in every type of weather as well. I do not enjoy driving in weather, especially like severe weather. Not my thing. I'm not a fan of severe weather anyways. That's another one of my fear kind of things. I'm not a huge fan of severe weather, so I avoid it at all costs. We're gonna have to cut this more, I think, actually, to lower down that little piece a little bit further, because that corner is a little too deep. So that's what we're gonna do. Step a little. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Was on a flight from Orlando to New York and hit a thunderstorm. The turbulence was pretty terrifying, but the worst. I'm certain we were struck by lightning in air. So, yeah, I've heard stories of that happening, and you don't even know it happens because it just passes through the plane. There's no grounding. Unless you're near the ground, I guess maybe you'd notice. But as long as it grounds, it's all that matters. Least favorite. High winds, dude. Any storm, I am not a fan of it because it ends up like whenever you're driving. So my car has low profile tires on it, so I have kind of thin, not race tires, but something similar to that. So whenever I hit big thick water patches that are, a half-inch deep, my car hydroplanes so fast. But then, yeah, you add high winds to that, and my car is just all over the road, dude. Loud bang and felt it through my feet. Yeah, no way, dude. I'd be like, put me on the ground. I'm out. I'm out. I'm not doing this no more. But what's wild is planes are statistically the safest form of travel by a large margin. And I have to tell myself that every single time I go fly because I know I'm overly scared about it. And so I make sure to tell myself that we were in the black clouds. Yeah, no way, dude. No way. But these pilots, like, in your scenario where they were flying through that storm, they were probably like, oh, yep, just another day on the job, just kind of a little bit of a bumpy flight. You know, like, there's no way, dude. I'd freak out. I would freak out. I've been in rain where you can't see. Snow where you can't see. I guess I've kind of been in that, but not too bad. I typically have just managed to avoid the snow. They warned you before. Yeah, I mean, they at least... So, whenever we flew to... we also went to St. Lucia for vacation one year. Several years ago. And on the flight, it was funny because you have to go down past the Florida Panhandle and along the coast of Florida to get down to St. Lucia, which is in the British Virgin Islands. And so you go past it, or you go... I guess past Cuba a little bit, and our pilot comes over the loudspeakers like, just want to let you folks know that we did just pass by the Bermuda Triangle, and you know, we're here, we're safe, and didn't want to alert you at any earlier time. They just basically didn't want to tell us, so there's no panic about the Bermuda Triangle. And then on the way back, we actually flew around a hurricane because it was like coming towards Florida, or maybe it was a tropical storm, but it was pretty cool because the ocean is such a giant thing that we were out far enough, I mean, probably hundreds of miles away from it, out to the left kind of, and we kind of made a hook around it. And as we were flying past these, like, if you look out your window to the right, you'll be able to see the tropical storm. And we look out there, I mean, there's this just giant swirling, like, vortex-looking thing way out in the distance. And it was really cool to see, but also kind of terrifying, that giant thing. It just blew me away how massive it was. When skydiving during a tornado watch. First time in a plane I jumped out, and second time skydiving was during a tornado watch. No way in hell, dude. You would not catch me in a plane. You won't catch me jumping out of a plane either, unless the plane's going down. I guess then I'll jump out. But you ain't catching me jumping out of a plane just all willy-nilly now. That ain't for me. Okay, so we want that there. Okay. That's what she said. What did I say that's what she said? Son of a bitch, I didn't do that right at all, did I? I did that so wrong. Look at it. Look at the giant gap I left here. What am I doing? Okay, so if I trim that down a little bit, we'll be down to there, which would be okay. Let's need to trim more along here. From a guy who used to be afraid to go upside down on a roller coaster. Hey, I mean, that's a fair, valid fear. People aren't meant to be upside down, you know what I mean? Okay, so we're actually going to just go ahead and do something more along the lines of, like, cutting from here down. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Right there. That looks good. Blew you away how mad. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. Also mentioned it was like going down. Alright, you got me. I've been making innuendos this whole stream, actually, on purpose. shoot. Okay, we're gonna pick that back up, even though I just glued it down. Because this one little tip I don't enjoy. We're gonna snip it. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? It's stuck to my finger. Are we? Okay, okay. I can't keep up with you all. I've been making sexual innuendos. Maybe. Ooh, I was really bright for a second. Does it do that when I turn away? I'm trying to, like, see if it happens whenever I turn away. Daddy. Why is there a space between it? I don't understand. I've seen that emote now a couple times. I've seen you use it, but there's a space between them. Oh, shit. It's 1:49 a.m. and I'm several beers in. When do we start playing Creed? Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so... Whoa, shit, brother. It's gonna snip that there now. Oops. Oops, the lady. We're gonna put it right. Not there. No, we will. I like right here. But what we're gonna do is cut this tip more of an angle across there, so it's gonna have this as a tip, just like that. If it's innuendos we're doing, I don't need the one. No, you guys like that? Probably the sizing. That's what she said. Oh, I did that so bad. Okay, hold on. I don't know where that piece just went. $6.50 for a 12-pack? Are you sure it's beer and not just like fermented just gunk? Or is beer just that cheap over there? That's insane. Okay. Whew. The beer is just that cheap. That is wild. I've never heard of that. That is crazy. Water isn't cheap, but beer is. They got their priorities straight over there in Europe. That's all that matters. They know what they're doing. They got it all figured out, guys. Okay. I like this here. Yoink. Yoink. And then, yeah, so we're getting that angle up there. I like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Perfect. They're living right over here. You got beer. Who needs water? Okay, so let's just... Ooh. Okay, so we're going to cut this at kind of that angle there. Boink. We need to cut this a little tighter. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Mr. Worldwide gonna step in the room. See if that's it. That's the one. Let's snip a little more off the end there. Joink. Oh, maybe it's not the one. Maybe it's not the one, chat. No, that's the one. Beer is the only beverage there. Everything closes in the afternoon. Wait, what? What do you mean they close in the afternoon? Like, are they closed at like 5 p.m. or what? Dude, I still don't know. Why are my lips so pink in this? It's like I got a filter on. Guys, I'm not wearing lipstick, I promise. Tourists seem to be in a hurry. Early afternoon, too hot. Oh, okay. I guess I never really thought about that. Oh, yeah. I'm digging it, except for that. Need to cut a little bit off that. Whoops. I should have checked it before I put it down. I'm such a silly willy, guys. I'm such a silly willy. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna glue it to my own fingers at some point, dude. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Did I really not get enough off that? I want it like there. Retry. Hold me now. I feel like that's just the only song to drink beer to, really. Like, that's the only appropriate song. Fun fact, I saw Creed last Friday, actually. It was great. Phenomenal concert. 10 out of 10. Would see him again. Scott Stapp's a little odd, but I'll take it. Consistently hot, around or above 100 degrees Celsius. Jesus Christ, I hope it's not 100 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius. Whoops. My sacrifice. Fahrenheit, not Celsius. If it was Celsius, we'd be... You'd be dead. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Green Day was in St. Louis. They were there the day after. Last Saturday, I think. No. Thursday. Yeah, it was. It was like Thursday, I think. Because we asked the lady at the Hollywood Casino. I was like, hey, when is that happening? And she's like, oh, it's like Thursday. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, I can't swing that. That's a little too soon. After dropping so much money on Creed and Three Doors Down. Saw Green Day August 1st. I would like to see Green Day. Everyone just dead from the freaks of nature. Dude, Green Day would be really fun to see live, I bet. Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Played Dookie from... That's right. Yes, they were doing the Dookie tour. Front to back of the entire album. I do remember seeing that, actually. That would be incredible to see. Okay, we're going to have to get a new card here. Fresh card. Meat's back on the menu, boys. That would be a really great album to hear live. The entire thing. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love it. Participants. I wish it would show you on YouTube. Like, I have no clue how many people are viewing it on YouTube. But an American Idiot's 20 years old. Oh my god, I guess it did come out in 2004. Whoa, that makes me feel so old. 2.5 hours? That is a very long time performing. But, I mean, Billy Joe's been doing it for how long now? So the dude's probably like, no biggie. Go big or go home. We're gonna actually just fill this whole piece right here. I like this. Smashing Pumpkins for 3.5 hours? Dude, I like Smashing Pumpkins, but I don't think I know 3.5 hours worth of their content. Alright, sounds good, Rad. Appreciate it, brother. In Tampa Bay, as a matter of fact. Damn, bro. That's crazy. 3.5 hours. I know. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. That's one of them. From the first 5 albums? Jesus. What else do they have? Oh, there is... I know more than just that song. I know probably 5 songs by them. Definitely not 3.5 hours worth, though. That's crazy. That would be really fun, though. Billy Corgan's a really good singer. We want that, yeah. So we're going to kind of come down at this angle here. I'm going to bring it down, though, before it gets crazy. There. And we're going to actually cut in just a little bit more right there. And actually, so if it's that way, we'd want it to be here. And it's going to intercept right about there. Well worth the money. I believe it. I mean, like I said, I couldn't tell you any of their songs right now, but I bet it was really good, actually. So we want it to be more like across here. That's what we're gonna cut this right. Oh Jesus, I'm making such a mess with this. And we're gonna cut some of this off the top here. We could stand to cut a little more off the top, it looks like. It got stuck on my leg hair as it fell. Talking about Siamese Dream, there's today Cherub Rock, Hummer. Okay. Cherub Rock is another one. I don't know that I know Hummer. I would have to listen to that one first to hear it. Or to hear it. Of course, I would have to listen to it to hear it. I'd have to listen to it to know if I know it. You know what I mean? I do know Cherub Rock. I just haven't heard that one in a hot minute. I wish they would just do bring back a Warped Tour, like a 1995 Warped Tour. Maybe a 2000 Warped Tour. That would probably be it would get most of the people back out there to go see a Warped Tour from 2000. Blink, Green Day, that would cost a shit ton of money though. Blink, Green Day, probably Smashing Pumpkins. God, who else would have been around at that time? Creed probably would be on there. Three Doors Down. Maybe Finger 11. I'm trying to think of other bands. Was Coheed and Cambria around at that time, I wonder? You saw Blink last year? How was Blink? I feel like Blink would just be a really fun band to see live, regardless of, how old they get. A little bit longer here. Day I've ever known. I don't know what to do with this piece. I don't know how I feel about it. Only seen them once at Riot Fest in Chicago. I don't know that I've ever... I guess the only festival I've really been to is Warped Tour. I went to Warped Tour for 3 years, the 3 last years that it had, so it would have been 2014, 15, and 16, I think. I think that's... No, I think that's right. Wanted to see them once where it was their show. Yeah, that makes sense. They probably put on an insane show, honestly. Can Tom actually sing, though? I've actually heard questions about his ability to actually sing. Did Warped Tour twice. Warped Tour is kind of a wild experience. You get to see a lot of shit that, like, it's like this just random... I don't know how to describe it. It's a festival that has... It feels like it has no policies regarding, like, human safety. There's so much going on. I remember the first year I walked in, I want to say it was like 95 or 96 degrees. And I mean, just no breeze, nothing. Hot. And as I'm walking in, they're hosting a milk chugging contest with a gallon of milk. And I'm like, dude, these people are going to die. And then I remember walking past the front entrance later on. This is just where they had game, like, contests and whatnot towards the front entrance. Another one that I saw that they did was maple syrup chugging contest. And I was like, you're going to give somebody a heart attack, dude. It was all hosted by Warped Tour people, by the organizers. And I was like, there's no way this is okay. Like, what? And then I do remember seeing one girl passed out, like, dehydration, probably having a heat stroke, laying on the ground with the medics working on her. And I'm like, dude, this is insane. The water refill stations were like lukewarm water. Wild stuff. Kill Switch would have been good to see. Bouncing Souls, Paramore. Ah, man, I wish I could have seen Paramore before they got crazy big, because now it's just so expensive to try and go see them in show. And I'll be honest, back then at the time I was kind of I didn't really care that much for them, but looking back now I realize how much of an influence they had on that scene. And man, I saw them when Riot had just come out. Dude, yeah, that album made such a shift in the scene in general that it really did provide so much propulsion for female, just interaction, I guess, or female, how do you want to put it? Females being in rock and roll again, you know, because it kind of, the scene back at that time was very, misogynistic, I guess, is how you could really say it. Because, I mean, there's a lot of songs that, I mean, straight up just call out women. Yo, what's up, Aldrin? How you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How's it going, brother? Pop rock and pop punk. Yep, I mean, that's what it is. That's what the scene was back then, man. Had some wild stuff, but it was a good time. I was there because I was always into, you know, what you guys might know as Screamo. That's what everybody seemed to call it back then. But I was always into the metalcore, that kind of thing. Doing okay? Hey, I'm glad to see you're still around. Haven't talked to you in forever, man. So I'm going to do kind of a cut across here and do that. That's what we're going to go for here. But I can't do it there. I'm going to have to save that piece right there. We'll cut that from here. Same, that was what you were into as well. Okay, so I want that. So we're going to have to come down at this angle here. Shoop. And then we're going to go up at this angle here. Yep, there. Big fan of Alex is on Fire. Or is it Alexis on Fire? Alex is on Fire or Alexis on Fire? I guess I've never really questioned it. I know the band, but I never really questioned it. I was big into Asking Alexandria, A Day to Remember, Bring Me the Horizon. God, who are some of my other big ones? Attack Attack. I mean, if you want to think of like the biggest metalcore bands of the scene, those were who I was into. The Mice and Men. And I still listen to a few of them occasionally. Alexis on Fire? Oh. Okay. I go see A Day to Remember every single time they come to Missouri. I make sure I go see them. I've seen them besides this most recent tour. They did come in June and I didn't get to go see them, which I was upset about. But, you know, there's always next time. Yeah, A Day to Remember is my absolute all-time favorite band from that scene. Funeral for a Friend, you're bringing up a lot of bands that I forgot even existed, dude. Oh, we can cut a little off that edge there. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Or bands like Greeley Estates. Remember Greeley Estates? I was big into them for a very brief period of time. And also, I mean, it's like they weren't around for very long anyway, so it's not like it really mattered. So we can actually cut this one. We can cut it more this way. My stomach's growling at me. Silverstein? Hell yeah, I've heard of Silverstein. I used to be pretty big into Silverstein. I think, what's his name, the lead singer now, is kind of a tool. He's, and I've heard that from other, like, you know, in other interviews, I think, from other band members, not of Silverstein, but of other bands that have been with him before. They've said that he's kind of just got an attitude problem, in that he's kind of a high and mighty, you know, he's always doing the right thing, and just, I don't know, how do you want to, he has kind of a god complex, I guess. Yes, Discovering the Waterfront was very good. I did like that album. So, Atreyu, speaking of Atreyu, I don't know if you've heard it or not, but Atreyu just came out with a cover of Like a Stone by, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be forgetting this name. You know who the band is, though. It's incredible. I mean, very, very, very good cover of Like a Stone. I love it. It's one of my favorites to listen to now. And I like that he didn't try and just... Audioslave, yes, thank you. He did not try and mimic Cornell. He kind of just did it as like a... It felt like an ode to Chris Cornell. And I really appreciate that they did that and didn't try and just cover the song and kind of made it in remembrance of Chris Cornell. I thought that was really cool of them. Very, very, very good cover, though. His voice has changed so much from what it used to be. W Streams is chilling. I like it. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad that you like it. This is kind of a change of pace for me, but I thought that if I'm going to be doing this stuff, I might as well just work on this. Oh, the original lead singer left the band. From Atreyu? Okay, well maybe that's why he sounds so different. Then I did not notice that. I did not know he left the band. Well, their new singer is phenomenal. I'll give him that. He is incredible. Love his voice, man. It's such a smooth, deep tone that I love it. It's great. Okay, cut this way. Let's make a big triangle here. We can trim this down to something else if we want to, or we can leave it as a giant triangle. That's the drummer. Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not know that. Dude, his voice is incredible. Oh, I wonder if I could do something like this. Yeah, I kind of like that. And just give myself a small... I'll cut like a corner off this to make it, you know, not a giant piece, because I don't want huge pieces in here. I'm back on this stuff like once every couple months probably. I'll get back into it. Honestly, what you're listening to right now in the background, if you can even, I hope there's music anyways, it should be playing for you guys. this is what I've actually been listening to a lot recently. When I'm at work, I can't do stuff that has lyrics because I get super lost in words, and I can't focus while I'll try and read, or I'll try and type while I'm singing, and I end up typing what I'm singing, and it's just a whole mess. So I have to listen to stuff without words, and this has been my main thing. This and Vaporwave. Vaporwave is another big, huge music for me right now that I just absolutely love. Thrice, yes. God, Thrice. What was one of their big songs? The name is, I know the name, I just can't even think of a song they had. Give it up, give it up, give it up. So then we're just gonna have to cut that little tiny piece, which won't be hard at all. Hang on, I'm gonna go look it up. Gotta find out. We gotta know. The world deserves to know Thrice. I wonder if I could almost do like a, that's what I need to do right there. If I can make that cut, that would be ideal. Stare at the Sun was a big one, really. The Artist in the Ambulance was an incredible album. I don't know that I know that song. I'll have to check it out later. I swear I've heard Thrice before, though. I know them. Because Thrice, I remember, was like kind of compared to Korn at the time, weren't they? They were kind of in a comparable music type, I guess, if you want to cover it that way. That new metal sound? No, they're not. Okay, then I'm thinking of a totally different band. Who did the song Adidas? Was that Korn? It was like All Day I Dream About Sex or something like that. Because I could have swore that was Thrice, but maybe I'm totally wrong on that. No, it's not. It's oh no, it's not. You're right. It's not Thrice. It's that song was Korn? Dude, who am I thinking of then? There's a band and I can see the music video. And the dude's got dreads. It's a white guy with dreads, which is like the staple of nu metal at the time. Shoot. It was... Oh, I can't even think of the tune of the song. Yes, Jonathan Davis. Dude, that dude is like, that's staple of nu metal at the time. What was the band that sounded like them? Hold on, I gotta find this out now because it's gonna bug me. Let me see here. Let's look up Korn. We're gonna go to the artist and we're gonna go to similar artists. Yeah, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, Mudvayne, Marilyn Manson, Static X, Rob Zombie, Metallica. It's not who I'm thinking of. Deftones, Pantera. No. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'll find out later. I'll figure it out later, and I'm gonna be laying in bed and be like, "Ooh, it's them." It's gonna be one of those moments. Oh, let's see. How do I want to approach this next one? I think we're gonna cut this the rest of the way. And we're gonna cut this down here. And use this piece. I try and do my best to use every bit of a card if I can. I will. I'll remember tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up and just be like, I know what it is. No, I don't like that there. I also don't like that there. Can this go here though? It can. I do like that. I think that's an okay fit right there. check out Thrice the next time I revisit. Will do. I've probably heard them, honestly. Because I know I went through a phase where I was just listening to all that stuff for a while. That old 90s stuff. My dad actually, so he got a little jealous that I went to go see Creed. And I didn't invite him. But he's like, oh, I'd like to go see 311. And I'm like, who's 311? And he had me look them up just last night. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. They're just one of those bands that put out like one big song. And that was like it. Kind of like whenever we went to go see Creed, they were with Three Doors Down and Finger 11. And I was like, I know Finger 11 for Paralyzer. But they also did one thing, that if I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing. They did that song. So, they have those two songs. And we got to the concert like 20 minutes late, and Finger 11 was already done playing. So that tells me they came out, did two songs that were huge, and then walked off. Yeah, they did others before that, but like nothing stuck, I guess. They probably played other music that was popular to them from that period, but like that was pretty it. That was pretty it. Pretty much it. If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, just for one thing. Played the bar / venue you worked at years ago. That's nice. Did you get to actually meet them or anything? That'd be super cool to meet them. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but they might be a Christian band too. I don't know that for sure. But this tour, I didn't know this, but Three Doors Down is a Christian band. I had no clue. So this tour that I went to actually was a Christian band. Learning how to do sound. They're not? Okay. Three Doors Down is a Christian band, and I had no clue. But now that I listen to their songs, I'm like, oh my God, how did I not pick up on this? I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, exactly. And you know what's funny about Creed is I knew Creed was a Christian band going into it. I knew that Scott Stapp was a very big Christian. And I need to trim that just a little bit. Three Doors Down came out and straight up was just like, oh, Jesus is our savior, and you know they preached a lot. But Creed, Scott Stapp came out, and this dude is like super I don't know. He's religious in a self-invested sense. And like he came out and he would just be like, he would preach but like about self-improvement and like self-empowerment, which was not what I expected. I expected him to be the one who was very preachy about God and Jesus. And that was not the case. He came out and he's like, you can be the change that you want to be in the world. And he would like name drop the next song in the middle of these scripted little between song sets. It was super weird. Kind of cringy sometimes, but it's like, you know, it's Creed, who cares? And but he's like up there doing all these fucking like finger movements. He's like, let me take you on this journey. And I'm like, all right, Scott, just play higher and let's get this moving, okay? And now the rest of the band knows too, yeah. Just such a weird dude. I'm sure he means well. I've seen videos of him recently. He seems like super nice guy, so you know, you can't fault him. But yeah. And I mean, they were actually really, really good live too. I was very impressed with how much Scott sounds the exact same as he did when he was younger. And they probably played for an hour and a half. Definitely in a better headspace. I think I know he abused meth for a little while, and so I know like him and Jonathan Davis both were big meth heads around the same time, I think, and so it's really interesting to see that both of them are now sobered up. But like What really is unfortunate is that you see these bands that sober up and then their music's not the same. And that sucks to be them because, you know, they're dealing with these things that, you know, are like, oh, we need to be improved, we need to be better, we need to quit doing drugs. And in return for being a better person, you don't get the support that you once had. And it's not because you're not doing drugs. It's not like people are like, oh God, you should go back to doing drugs. It's just because you're not in the same headspace you were when you were doing drugs, when you made the music that people liked and related to so much. That's the really unfortunate side of it that they don't ever talk about, really. But you kind of think about that stuff and it's like, that would just suck to better yourself, only to find out you have no support behind bettering yourself. Mark Tremonti. Who is Mark Tremonti? Who does he play guitar for? Lead guitar in Creed. Okay, yeah. Yes, Mark is very good, actually. Like I said, man, they were honestly incredible. I was very impressed. So we're going to have to kind of come up with a little bit of a... thing here that we're going to... Ooh, I mean to do that. Oops. Okay, and then we want to cut... Yeah, I think I want to do this here. I do need to trim a little bit off the top there, and actually I might just trim this at that angle. Yeah, just cut that across there. I kind of think that would be easier to do. And give myself a little more wiggle room on the other side of it. And maybe just a little off the corner there. Gosh, I really need to... Oh, there are paper towels in here anywhere. There are. Okay. Whoa! Knocked my knee on that on accident. Story of the year? Yeah. Trying to think of one of their songs now. You bring up a song or a band name, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that name. But I can't think of a song name right now. Story of the year. Oh my gosh. Not the camera. What is Story of the Year saying? Give me a song. Give me a song. God, I know them. That's the bad part, is I know them. Album Black Swan. Give me a song name. I need a song name. Story of the Year, I feel like, if I remember correctly, it sounds more like Simple Plan style of music. I did see Simple Plan live. Simple Plan was great. Snip just a little off the edge here. There we go. Much heavier guitars. So we'll put that there, but then we want to cut from here to here. Probably need to show this for the rest of the chat that's in here. If anybody's new here. Not just really new here, but just hasn't seen it in general. The whole thing. If you can't tell, this is a Pokemon. This is Garchomp. Working on the kind of the lower neck area, body, chest, whatever you want to call that. Using strictly Pokemon cards, energy cards. And we're making a mosaic of all of the Pokemon that we can. So I've already made one, actually. I'll show you guys that. Just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. In the end, as an end result, here's an Entei that I did. Entei's my favorite Pokemon, so this is one that I worked on for a long time. And I learned a lot of lessons from this one. It's my initial one. And so I'm trying to create a better process, I guess, for this round. Song of the Black Album. The Antidote. Hold on. It's gonna drive me nuts, dude. I know him. Story so far. They have a new album out. I didn't know they had a new album out already. Or Story of the Year, sorry. I'm thinking of a totally different band. Yes, Until the Day I Die. That's the one I know. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. It's forcing me. Yeah, you are. I'm like, you're saying them, and I'm like, dude, I know that band. I know that band, and then I have to go look them up because I have to prove that I do know them. Because, you know, elitist mentality. I listened to them before they were cool. Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you. I don't know why I'm even cutting this down. This is probably not even going to fit here anywhere that I like. Ooh. I stand corrected. So I can snip right here up. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna snip that towards the top more. After this, I'm gonna have to take a quick bathroom break because I gotta pee so goddamn bad, chat. It's insane. It's insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane. Got no brain. Okay. Another Creed song that I like a lot is oh god, what's it called? Should have been dead on a Sunday morning, banging my head. Ain't got no time for morning. Ain't got no time. Incredible song. Sorry you had to listen to me butcher it though. Ooh, we can use this. No appeals on the docket today, just my own sin. Yes, My Own Prison. That's what it's called. My Own Prison. I'm gonna have to get a new thing. A new, what do you call them here? A new X-Acto knife. No appeals on the docket today, just my own sin. We're gonna cut actually that into a flat nose. That's what it is. Such a good song. I'm gonna cut this across here. Oop. Should have been dead on a Sunday morning, banging my head. Ain't got no time for morning, ain't got no time. And I said, oh, so I hold my head up high, hiding hate that burns inside. It only fuels their selfish pride. And I said, oh, something captive from the sun, something that there's only one. How was that, chat? Was that enjoyable? Hope you guys are enjoying the concert. But I'm gonna go pee really quick. So chat, I'm gonna leave you to enjoy what I've done so far. And you can kind of look at that a little bit. Let me scoot it up just a little bit here. Oh, absolutely. They played everything, dude. They did. They played all of their big hits, plus some other ones that I didn't know. The only thing they didn't play that I was a little upset about was, children, don't stop dancing. Believe you can fly. I don't know what the song's called. It's that song, though. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Stay around, chat. Back. That was good. Yeah, dude, Aldrin's in here. Isn't that wild? Haven't seen him in a hot minute. You know what? Now that I think about it, Rad, you actually mentioned Aldrin, and then he showed up. So essentially, you just willed him into existence, I think is what happened right there. Oh shit. I'm held captive out from the sun. Really? I literally just missed the snip by a tiny little bit. Okay. I like that there, but we're gonna have to actually cut just a little bit off this and give it a slight angle. I'm getting pretty good at actually doing this kind of quick. That or I'm just losing track of time talking to y'all. One of the two. Either way, I'm having a good time. Oh, shit. Shoot. Not shit. I don't say shit. Jesus, man. That's wild. So I hold my head up high, hiding meat that burns inside. It only fuels their shellfish.
You don't make up for your sins in the church.
That's a song about the Little Mermaid, actually.
You do it in the streets.
Only fuels their shellfish pride.
The rest is bullshit and you know it.
Look, guys, it's like a family reunion in the chat. That's why I need to make sure that we're not... Oh, we just ran an ad already. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm not a rose. Sorry. I just saw your chat. Why is it not... Yeah, I didn't... I don't know if you're still in here, I'm not a rose, but I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. It's not showing me your chat in the multi-stream chat, I don't think. Let me go back and look. It's not showing it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing you, but yeah, welcome in. Sorry I missed your original chat. Some time ago. Hopefully you're still here. If not, I mean, it's good that you stopped by. I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody stopping by, at least. You know, you really kind of get lost in this and end up doing a lot more triangles than you probably should. Oh, so we should do something like that. That's a little too tight of an angle, so we're going to have to make it a wider angle. So let's do that. There we go. Bit of a wider angle for it now, and then we want something to kind of come across here like this. Okay, let's get that situated down and just kind of see what we're working with here. My dog's going crazy in his kennel right now, I can hear him. Ooh, okay, so... may not work. May have accidentally made that a little awkward shape because I kind of wanted it to fill in a little more here, but now it's not going to because I cut it just a little thin. But it looks like it might line up pretty well here, and it does. I think we're gonna go with that. All held captive out from the sun. Something, 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 dum, dum, dim, dum, brim, dum, dum. When I said, oh. Okay, I like that. We're gonna stick with that. We're gonna take it. I will take what I get. We're gonna actually see if we can't utilize this piece to fill that little gap we have there that I was just messing with. So what do we need to do here? So we need it to be a little bit of a larger... So we got that. We want it to be more of a... So let's sit this in there. Let's get it kind of situated where we think it should go, which is right about there. Then we want it to kind of, well... There we go, yeah, I like that. Okay, let's fit it. Ooh, I don't know if I like it though. And I'll tell you why I don't like it. Because, see how it goes to a point in here? That makes it look awkward in there. And I know you guys can't really see it because it's kind of blurry. If it would focus in, that'd be great, but it's probably not going to. But if I could, I guess, cut the tip here, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Right about, at least kind of a giant gap. So maybe I just need to cut it a little shorter there. Just the very tip of it can come off into a square. So it won't be much. And that way it kind of fills that little slot a little bit better. I don't know. It leaves an awkward size here, so maybe I could just do like here instead. That would give me something to fill a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. That's manageable. I do need to cut just a little more off this side. I know I'm going to trim this thing down to nothing if I keep going at this rate, but I want it to fit just right. Because if this is going to be somebody else's art piece, I want to make sure it's done right and done well. Yep, I did it wrong, see? That's too much. It's an awkward distance. It's not the worst, though. But this is going to look really odd. So I think we're just going to get rid of that piece and try something different here. We might just need a new card, honestly. It's kind of an awkward, like, I don't know if that would fit in there. It's going to be tight. Let's see where we're sitting if I do this little square here. Yeah, it's not gonna fit right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this and we're gonna actually fit it into right there. So we're gonna cut this way a little bit. We're gonna cut this way a little bit. And stick this piece in the corner here. Oh shoot, okay, so this needs to actually that way. Oh shoot, does it actually just need to go straight across like that? It does, okay, that looks a lot better actually. So, we'll kind of finish this into here. We might actually snip just a little more off that to make it a little bit flatter across the bottom. Because it does kind of look a little bit awkward. Oop, don't get stuck on the scissors. That looks a little better. I think that looks better. More gooder. Okay, need a new card. Actually, this card has a little bit left in it. Let's cut out what we can here and we'll just kind of work with it. I'd like to get up to here before we end the stream and kind of cut it off right here. And then we'll just go ahead and move on. Oh, so can I make this work? So if I have this set up like that, no, I want it more like that. So we would cut this here, we would cut it right there. You want it more. Okay, that looks better. And then from that corner point, right there maybe. Shoot, did I just do that wrong again? Are you kidding me? I cannot cut this part right. For the life of me, dude. And it's not even that hard. It shouldn't be that hard anyways. So, let's see where we're sitting. I want that like that, that like that. So, yeah, we kind of did mess that up. Well, we didn't. I did. It's not on you, chat. I won't blame you. Okay. Is there any way that I could... Oh, this is getting frustrating sometimes. Let's just get a new card. Give myself a bigger piece of land to work with. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this is going to be. Let's do what I did. Just cut out kind of this big square, and we'll trim it down. I know it's wasteful, but with these pieces like this, you really have to just kind of be a little wasteful, because it's not going to be perfect whenever you first try. Just like that. So let's just get this angle first. But okay, so we want it to fill that, so that's how we want it to run. Something similar to that. Okay, so then we're going to trim that off. Okay, so now we've got this, right? Oh, come on. Get in there. This is where it gets really tricky, man. So then we've got that, and we want it to kind of be cut here. That's what looks right anyways. And there, I actually left a little bit on there in case I cut that wrong. Okay, and then up that way just a little bit, up that way just a little bit to fill in that gap a little more. Doesn't look awful. But I think what I'm going to also do is cut here to there. And that's our piece. Finally. It's like putting a puzzle together, dude. I guess it really is a puzzle, I mean, if you think about it. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. And then look, we've got this little bad boy. We can just kind of throw in wherever we want here. So we could actually trim this. Let's kind of put them in the corner here a little bit and make that corner piece go up to there. And that means we're going to cut across here. We're not not going to give ourselves an awkward angle, but it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different, chat. Oh, shoot. Now I just got to remember what I just did there. Okay. There, and now we're going to be stuck with whatever's in the middle there, but that's okay. I kind of wanted that. I could go a little bit more. A little bit more off and a little bit more of an anger. Anger? There we go. That's not bad. I'll take it. We're going to stick it down. We're going to glue it. Actually, we're going to extend this out just a touch. There. That way this piece kind of goes out a little bit more, but also maybe a slightly higher angle, so it lines up better. There we go. Okay. Now for this thing. Whoa. Okay, I didn't mess with anything. Whew. Scared me for a second, chat. I scared myself. So, okay, let's do this because I know I've got kind of a setup already going here. So we can trim a little off of here. So now I've got the correct angles for that. No, not quite. A little more. Okay, and then we need to do up this way. Okay, we could lose a little more actually. Jesus. Oh, see. Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, don't dry. Haha. Don't want it to dry. Okay, we can fix that though. See how it's got that weird little corner right here, this little open area? I don't want that, but I can't really avoid it either. Shoot. Let's see. How can we approach that spot? I don't know that I can use that piece there. We will have to rework that piece just a little bit, I think. So let's do this. Let's work up here. Cut that there. And then we want this actually to kind of go out more that way. A little curvature there. That might look a little weird. Yep, that does look weird. Just scrap that piece. That is not a piece that I want to work with. Okay, let's go back to the square here. Again, gotta go back to squares. Square one. Okay. So we want kind of a, if we're doing a square here, we want to snip this a little bit and give ourselves that first angle Then after that, we need just a small angle to the inside. I like that. Okay, that is right. Then we want an angle like this. Let's cut out that little piece there. Shoot, okay. Come on. Ooh. Excuse me. There, maybe. Just a little bit more, dude. This is so tedious. So tedious. Okay. It's not bad. Shoot, okay, and then we need, yeah, another little jaggedy piece, kind of. Just like right there. And this has to come down to like up here somewhere. It's gonna be an oddball piece for sure. This is what I was talking about earlier. Whenever you come up to these weird spots like this, you just get some weird looking pieces after a while. It just gets harder and harder to actually get the angles correct. So that is not quite what we need it to be. We actually need to go in just a little further here. Shoot. This is just difficult, man. I need it to just... Okay, that's a little better. I don't want it to leave too much white stuff because the white really shows on this black background. And I can always kind of paint over it a little bit, but it still just is easier if I just don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we have that. Let's just set this down for a second and just see where we're at here. Okay, so let's trim a little bit more off this side. Not a lot, just need a tiny bit trimmed. And we're kind of see where we stand after that. It's a little better. So now if I can trim, I actually need to make it, let me set this up a little better here. Trim it kind of more like that. That looks a little better. Let's try that in there. Good, good. I like that a lot better. Now we just need to get our angle on the top here looking like more like this, I guess. Kind of to that corner. A little bit more. Wouldn't hurt to get to that corner. Okay. Yep. And then, honestly, if we could, maybe take just a tiny touch off. This, something like that, maybe. Just a touch. I mean, I don't need a whole lot off of that at all. That should be perfect. Perfect.
Then we're just gonna cut the tip off like that.
Oh my gosh, yes. Perfect, guys. We did it. Oh my goodness, that took forever to get that little piece. See, this is what I was talking about. You get awkward little angles and stuff, man. It just gets tougher and tougher sometimes. You just got to not box yourself in. Whew. Okay, clean up a little bit more here. I got so many speckles from trimming off so much right there. Let me check YouTube chat since it's not. Rose, you are still in here. Okay, cool. I need to have this pulled up in like a separate little window of some sort. I don't know why, but it's not showing me chat from YouTube. I don't know why, but it's really frustrating. Also, I like that I'm saying I'm calling you Rose, but your name is literally I am not a Rose. Okay. I don't know what to call you, Rose.
Honestly, this little piece right here will do something.
Playing a dangerous game, folks.
Okay.
We played the dangerous game and we didn't really win.
There.
Okay. Whew. I just saw that little corner there and it was really bugging me that it was still there. So we can trim a little bit off here. Get that angle correct. Same down here. Literally just stuck my finger right in the glue. Oops. Okay. This is going to be tough up here. This little, what are we going to call it?
So we can see a little bit of glue I left on there without
Scraping the card too much. Whoo. Just about ran my finger across the blade on accident. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Whoa. Yeah, we're going to finish this little bit right here. And then we're going to call it good. Because I need to go eat dinner, guys. I know. Wild. But I have not eaten dinner yet. A little A little behind schedule tonight, I guess. That's not even close to the right angle that we need there. How did I mess that up that bad? So in order to get this angle right, you're going to need one that goes in much tighter. No, that's not right either. You need it to go from here up to that corner, basically. So it's not super long. Oops. Chat, how we doing? Everybody doing okay? No need to respond if you're lurking. I appreciate you for lurking, though. Oh, let's cut out kind of a long angle here. Oh shoot, that almost fit in there. That would have been badass if that would have just fit, huh? It's actually not the worst in the world. I could make it work, but I'd rather not. We're gonna cut it off like right here. That's not what I wanted. But you get the gist. Oh my gosh. Get off my finger. There we go. And then nudge that up, up, up and away. Okay, right. Come on now. Oh, not that far. You scoot your butt. There we go. Perfect. I have this piece right here, which might actually work for something in here. If we could do something like that. Oh, guys. Guys, look. Look, look, look. Oh, maybe. It might need to be a little bit different of an angle. It's not perfect, but pretty darn close. We can cut the top off. Like right there. And that just needs to be trimmed across the bottom a little bit to fit it in a little better. That went everywhere. And this literally just needs a little bit more of an angle. Not much, but just enough. Okay. You can actually bring this back out just a little bit. No, okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's a little big. It's a little small, but I'll take it. We'll work with it. As long as you fill in the next few gaps kind of tighter, and you adjust it backwards if you have to. So now right here, yeah, look at that, wide open, perfect for a little, oh, whatever you want to call them. And it gets a little bigger actually as it goes, so something more akin to like this. So if we cut the bottom off just a little more, it'll come down just a touch. That's okay. Let's cut the bottom off just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And then it should fit in there perfectly. Yes. Yes. Let's go, chat. That is huge. Just a little bit right there is okay. Okay, yes. See, I love trusting the process on this because it is looking a lot better now. It's finally kind of culminating into something. I do enjoy that, so that's nice. It's nice to see. Okay, and then we want something that kind of like curves up into that jawline just a little bit. This might be cutting off too much, honestly. Oh, it's not. Oh my goodness, look at that. Perfect. And so what I actually want to do with this piece is to kind of build a an idea of sorry, can't talk right now doing hot girl shit. Of incontinuity, I guess. That's not what I want to say. I'm not incontinent, guys. That means you wet the bed. I don't want too many big pieces next to each other. You need to break it up into small and big pieces to really give that idea of a mosaic style. So then I've got this which goes there, and I want to trim just a little bit more off the edge here to give it that small gap. It should fit right in there. Yep, just like that. We are almost done with the entire neck and chest area. We are almost done, chat. Oh, thank goodness it didn't fall. Whew, that was scary. Okay. We did it, Chad. Look at all that. Look at all that we just did. Insane. Just did this entire piece basically from here up to here, and it took 3 hours. 3 hours to get that done, but it's looking better. The picture is coming together. I love it. I'm so excited to have this done. And what's really sad is I know I did this to kind of, you know, make money so I can promote my, not promote, but use the funding to buy Pokemon cards. But I really like this piece. The more I put time into it, the more I enjoy it. So it's kind of sad that I know it's not going to be mine forever, but I hope someone enjoys it as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me check Twitch and see where we're at here. Perfect timing too, because we only have like 11 minutes left before we have to hit another ad time. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid a channel. We're gonna raid out. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all hanging out tonight. This has been a really fun stream. A lot more fun than I expected it to be, and I will probably continue to do this as I work on this this artwork here. Let's do... No, I don't want to do uptime. Same category? I don't really want to do same category. That's not really a huge deal. Let's see if I'm following anybody who's live. Dash Ducks, Pokemon TCG. Yeah, nobody I'm really following. Let's filter by category. Let's find somebody who's playing Pokemon Emerald. Let's find somebody who's playing Pokemon Emerald. Kyle the Pug. Alright, that sounds right. That sounds good. Kyle the Pug is who we're gonna go raid. So guys, make sure you're kind, be courteous, enjoy yourselves over there. He's playing Pokemon Emerald Randomizer. Let me make sure we get the raid started here. What we got going on here? Randomizer crowd control. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna go raid him. It's my first time raiding him. I have not watched him before, so hopefully he's a good streamer. Thank you guys so much. We will see you over there.
Man. Maybe it's just the map man fooling us all here. Mayman, he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yo, Ruthless Raw